Alright everybody, today we're going to go into another match of the Master Slash another best of 2 series. We have Oxygen Esports, formerly known as the Hardos, going up against Team RageQuit. But before we actually go into the game, there's a quick sponsored video that we're going to go through real quickly. A game that I'm, by the way, also going to play on stream. Probably interesting for all of you that watch usually on Twitch, so you have a chance to catch me play that there as well. But without further ado, let's just go quickly into the video, and then of course we have our Heroes of the Storm match just after that. Let's go. Okay guys, so this summer Netmarble is releasing a new game. It's a Studio Ghibli game, and Studio Ghibli is an animation film studio from Japan. Most of you are probably familiar with it, but in case that you are not, so this is actually a pretty big deal, and it is going to be an amazing game. So it's an MMO, and it's going to be released on PC and on mobile. Music is being done by Joe Hisaishi, who does a lot of the music for Studio Ghibli just in general. So it's a pretty big deal, especially of course over there in Japan, but also here. And the game so far looks absolutely amazing. Now there are 5 classes in the game, one of them being called the Destroyer. You can already guess which one I'm going to play. And you can pre-register for the game at this point. So there's a link in the description of the video that you can check out if you want to have some more information. Also if you want to pre-register, which by the way also gives you some free goodies. Now I'm going to play the game too. We're going to play that live on Twitch, but I just want to give you with that little trailer here already a bit of an idea of what you can expect there. And as you can see, the graphics and everything look pretty fantastic. So we're going to play that together on stream. But if you want to have some additional information, make sure that you check out the link that you can find in the video.
Nino Kuni, Crossworlds. Pre-register now.
Oxygen Esports against Team RageQuit. Dragonshire is our first map today in the best of 2. Now again, the Hardos, they joined Oxygen Esports for the Masters Clash and for the next and maybe final CCL season. And, well, we have another best of 2. So, here in the Masters Clash currently, we're down to the top 8 teams. And 4 teams will go to the offline final in Paris. And we have a round-robin system with those 8 teams. The top 3 in the leaderboard will directly qualify for Paris. And then there will be a gauntlet with the remaining teams to determine the final, the 4th team that goes to the offline event. There's 12,000 euros in total prize money. And with the best of 2 system, if you win both of the maps, you get 3 points. If you only win one of them and you tie with your opponent, you get 1 point. And the Hardos or Team Oxygen, they're pretty far up right now. So they're actually in the top 2, which is pretty good. And puts them into a position where they could now just try and really cement a prime position there. But yeah, either way, we got Rexa banned out. The King of Dragonshire is already eliminated. And we already have Blaze also moved out, with Junkrat being banned. Now, lately, the blue team has been playing with Sergeant Hammer a little bit more. Nick in particular has been playing him, but he's not the only one. Back in the days, obviously, it was Hazu who played Hammer for the team. And he has also played Sergeant Hammer in some of the other tournaments that they played in. So, something to really think about. It could be Hazu that plays it. It could be Nick again. It seems like when they're playing him, the Master Slash is mainly Nick that uses it. But that's something that other teams have now to be aware of. Because, yeah, things are a little bit tricky when you're drafting against the Hardos at this point. Okay, so either way. First pick for the red team, a Brightwing. All right. Okay, so let's see. What are we gonna get on? What are we gonna get for the blue team now? What are they starting with? Hogger. Hogger for the top. Again, I always blank on Hogger on Dragonshire. I have no clue why. I think I already remember him twice, but yeah. Okay, so Mirrodin is in. We got the Dwarf now. It is always a good pick on Dragonshire. It's been played for ages. Was a good pick in HGC days. It's still a good pick. Benny plays him a lot here now too. So they're starting with both of their frontliners. And I'm more so interested in what Limu is going to play. Limu had actually a bit of a wild one lately. One day he absolutely sucked on Genji. Just got totally farmed and then redeemed himself the next day. But it was a little bit funny. One of those off days. But it really sticks with you when you see someone that you associate normally with like very strong plays in certain heroes, and he has just one of these off days when nothing really runs together for them. So we get Shizakit on Diablo, and we got No Game No Life on Hanzo. And here's my F ban. Okay, so actually, I mean, Limo could have played my F. He's done it a bit now. I'm wondering if maybe for Nick that would have also been an alternative. Now his Kerrigan is obviously still open if they want to go down the melee road. I personally still expect that at least at one point in the series we're gonna maybe get a Sergeant again. Maybe not necessarily on Shire, but we could definitely do it on one of the other maps. The band Tyke is out now first, trying to safeguard Diablo a bit here. Okay. Yeah, what are we getting now? Moment of truth, that is. Alright, I thought they would probably bust it out in game number 2, but apparently they have no such qualms. They go from the beginning right for the hammer. They got Karazim now too. That makes it a bit harder for Diablo to engage. If he just jumps in and tries to dive the Sergeant and is all alone and Karazim unleashes a 7-sided strike on him, he's toast. So it seems like Hazu is this time playing hammer, which also would then lead to a more traditional build, I would assume. Okay. And, well, Sonya and Greymane. Okay. So they have a lot of engage potential. I mean, they got an arrow on Hanzo. They can engage with Diablo. Sonya could technically go into Leap. You also have Brightwing with the polymorph, so she can try and deal with Sergeant Hammer that way a little bit. But still, having Sergeant Hammer is always such an annoying opponent. It's just like, it's always frustrating. Even if you win the game, you are not really happy. Even then it's frustrating. So what are we going to get for Nick? What's the last pick here? And we get Stukov. Okay, so Nick is very likely going to play Karazim, and they're switching Yasuo over to Stukov. But yeah, with that, we got our game on. Double support, a little bit more aggression, obviously, coming from Karazim here. But let's go, everybody. Shire, map number 1 between Oxygen Esports and Team RageQuit. Game number 1, we got Oxygen Esports up against Team RageQuit. Hazops on Sergeant Hammer this time, so very likely the normal build for him. We got 19 on Hogger. Yeah, these kids and all of their Smurf accounts these days again. Nick on Stukov, Bad Benny on Muradin, and we got Yasuo on Karazim. Over on the right side of the map, we got RageQuit Gaming with Limu on Greymane. Shizakit is playing Diablo. We got Shire on Sonya. Renella on Brightwing. And No Game, No Life on Hanzo. Okay, so far so good. We got the double support now on the side of the blue team, which of course can lead to quite a few nice combos here. They have first and foremost the stun into a lurking arm. They have also a lot more aggression with that particular double support lineup because they can use Karazim for that. They switched it, by the way, up and forth. So they initially switched Karazim over to Nick, but they switched him back to Stukov. So yeah, Nick on Stukov right now. So the good old double swapperoo. And yeah, let's see how it's gonna deal with that. And Nick has been playing a lot more supports here, also on his personal stream. I mean, we've been talking about his Alexstrasza already a little bit. But yeah, that's a lot of sustain. You can really protect the hammer here, of course, also with the lurking arm, not only with the heals themselves. Right now they have to protect Hogger, and he's dead. Hogger is down. Yeah, nicely done. And all the way up towards the top, we're getting Yasuo punching things out. That's, by the way, all about Smexy. I mean, Smexy coming in and picking Karazim again and then getting aggressive with him and just like punching people out all day, every day has definitely resulted in Karazim being picked a bit more often. Previously, you saw him every now and then just simply because the 7-sided strike can help you. But at this point, Karazim comes back into this aggressive playstyle. It's actually a bit of a wild hero. When Karazim was initially released, like, it was all about, like, people thought on level 1 that they have to go for the heal, you know. They have to go for, I don't even know what it's called anymore. Inside is obviously a fucking meme. But yeah, then the first ones, I was back in the day, it was the old Fnatic with Lowell. And they were the first ones to start with Iron Fists and trying to play Kharazim as a melee assassin, with not really a whole lot of success. But then slowly and steadily it turned out that Kharazim is pretty much always played with Iron Fist, and you're still playing it as a healer, but you're now also having a bit of damage potential, especially when you make adjustments later on 16 in particular. And for now they can take Greymane down. So Greymane also eliminated, and with Sergeant Hammer in the top lane, that's obviously always just incredible. You have the camp pushing, you have pressure on the dragon, and it's really rough for RageQuit Gaming because they have to defend at the top. At the same time, they need to at least keep someone in the middle. And bot lane, we have Stukov, so that double push with Hammer plus Cam at the top has already taken the entire fort down, and they're just doing fantastic here. So, yeah, there we are. That's half of the hit points already gone on this one. And let's see. Yazoo! Haha! 9 hit points! 9 hit points and he gets out. But yeah, they got a lot of damage here. Tons and tons of damage. Good job. So, Nick at the bot lane was also a bit low and nearly died, but he survived. Now, we haven't seen a Dragon Knight yet, and it's a kill for a kill. There's a slight advantage in experience now for Oxygen Esports. But yeah, good start for them. A lot of structural damage that they already have done here. Seems like they're aiming for Nick at the bot lane again, but it is double support time now. Yeah, no game. No. Oh, that's a kill. Yeah, with Brightwing coming in, that should be a kill. Can Yasuo somehow get away from this one? That would be quite the trick. Stukov is already dead, killed by Greymane. And now Yasuo still on the run. He actually makes it. No fucking way. Dashes out. Yeah, Sergeant Hammer with a bit of an assist. And they were able to save Kharazim. Unexpected, but not shabby. Alright, so we got the kill against Sonya now up at the top. Seems like every single time we get one kill, we get the follow-up there. So it's a 1-for-1 trade right now. And good for them. But yeah, down to the bottom of the map, Hanzo is still pushing this out a bit and also doing some structural damage. So, yep, there we have that. Still the 1 level lead. Good Stormbolt connect here would be the end of the Fruit Fly, and Brightwing is dead. Nice. Nice. So, they get the additional kill. They are also pulling ahead in experience. That's exactly why Nick has to also move back right now to deal with that. And they're trying to invade the camp over here on the right side, but they need a bit more than only Kharazim and Muradin, and it is the end of the Monk. Yeah, so he's down, easily taken out. Dibbles is still fine here, but Nick, yeah, they don't have a stun that they can adjust there. Okay, so in the mid lane also the wall has been opened up. So while generally speaking Team RageQuit is starting to do a little bit better on the kills and is also now in control of both of the shrines, it's still the blue team that is able to get the kills together. Yeah, down to the bottom of the map. Finally a bit of structural damage also coming in from Team RageQuit. So they're not only just taking a beating here, they're also starting to repay them in kind. But Nick is down. They get the counter kill though. So kill for a kill as we get level 10 abilities now from both teams. There was an attempt to go for the Dragon Knight in the mid lane. That didn't work out. Top side, Brightwing comes in as Hogger tries to poke away. There's the poly and the leap. Whoa! And the hit. So they're getting a kill on Hogger. And the blue team is trying to come to the rescue, but this is a wild game. I mean, this is all over the place. We have action at the bottom of the map again, as Hazu's trying to push this one back. Top side, the shrine gets reclaimed. We have 5 kills to 4. The game is all over the place. I mean, every single lane is just a bloodbath. So it's a bit ridiculous here. Rotation after rotation is coming, and now with the level 10 abilities, we have, of course, even more potential damage. Hammer with the BFG here. Hazu going with exactly the build that you would expect him to. And there it is! That 7-sided strike against Diablo. Yep, he's dead, but he'll be back. And of course now Muradin on his way down to the bottom of the map. There's still a camp that they could technically try and take, and they also need to get the experience here. So yeah, experience is starting to hit this one. They're going also for the next Siege Giants. Karazim just punching the siege giants out. Oh boy. We need a couple more Karazim skins, by the way. You could make really funny skins for him, I think. My personal favorite would still be Tien Shinhan. And I totally understand that they can't really go for that. If you want to be mean to him, then you go full Krillin. But yeah, nobody wants to play that, so that's not going to be bought. 7-sided again? Ah, the BFG just missed. Alright, alright. It's, by the way, always cute to me, blunt force gun. We all know what BFG stands for, and it's not blunt force gun. That's not what that is. No, we all played or at least heard of Doom and similar games. Oh, that arrow. Straight to an A. That one flies straight to North America. Direction, everything fully correct. Top side now, Hogga is pogging this one in. And with the camp that he has, this should actually result in another camp. That, sorry, another fort. The first fort, honestly, that gets eliminated. There's nobody even rotating over, so they're just giving it up. They're realizing this isn't happening. Same time now, bot side, at level 13 already. We are going straight in for another camp. And here we go. Yazu. I mean, at this point, I gotta say he is Krillin. So I was thinking about like a bit of a more badass skin for him. But the way that this is mapping out here in the game, he is Krillin. Krillin is the one guy in all of Dragon Ball that never really made it, that always gets that punch out. It doesn't matter how strong that guy gets. He's always one of the first victims that just gets shit on all day long. So, yeah. And in this case, died 2 times, 15,000 damage, and it's just like sitting there, and yeah, it's not working out for him. He's just not gonna be the guy. Maybe they can paint him green and go full Piccolo with it. That would be an interesting skin, but it would also make him taller, so I'm not quite sure if that's working. But yeah, Blizzard, you get the gist. Bring us a couple of co-ops here. So yeah, either way, we got a lead in experience, funnily enough now, for RageQuit Gaming. But they are losing structures all over the place. They've lost hit points in the mid lane, bot lane has been opened up, top fort is already destroyed. So there's a lot of additional moves that now can be made by Oxygen Esports. The Hardos here definitely with some opportunities. The one thing where they're still trailing behind is pressure on the Dragon Knight. So that's where we still have an advantage for the red team. And they're obviously eager to use that to get the hits in here. But yeah, arrow, this time full on connect, and there's the kill. Support is dead again, Stukov is down, Sonya is dead too, Greymane is trying to get away, but Dibbles already died. The fight isn't really over yet, but Greymane at least got out. So just like that, Oxygen Esports find themselves in a numbers advantage. We have 4 versus 3 on the map, and maybe that's an opportunity to get the objective. Damage output for now. Top numbers for Sergeant Hammer and for Hanzo. Yep. Can they claim this one? Talking about Hanzo. He made it back. Yeah, that's a Dragon Knight, isn't it? Maybe not? No, they get it. They get it. There it is. The big battle axe. Let's go, boys. Let's try and take that one down. Yeah, Stormbolt connects. Not even an ass kicking. Where was the run up? Where was the punt here? There we go. Oh, nice. So they're going for Diablo. He wanted a challenge, you know? He's like, yeah, that guy just weighs nothing. I need to go for Dibbles. Dibbles is not going to have a fun time anyways, because now level 16 has kicked in, and that means that we are looking at Sergeant Hammer with Giant Slayer. So it's time to... oh boy! Yeah! 1, 2... 3 and 4. Let the bodies hit the floor, baby. We have 3 to 1 kills now. And Nick wants more, and with a Stormbolt, they get more. They take Hanzo down too, which makes Diablo the only survivor. And he gets just punted across the map again. But I think he's going to survive. They're realizing it's not going to be easy to take him down, and they still want to do some structural work here. So another fort gets destroyed. Shizakid should really get the hell out of there. I have no idea why he stood there, and yeah, he was probably waiting for a flank to come in, but the only chance that you had in the first place was to try to get back to the keep. It was always clear that after the destruction of the fort in the middle, they would move down to the bot lane and try to destroy this fort too. So yes, there we got it. We got 12 kills to 8, 1 level lead, all 3 forts destroyed. Blue team only lost 1 down at the bottom of the map. Sergeant Hammer is, of course, by now also ramping up the damage even further. But Karazim has taken over. These 7-sided strikes are hurting. Yeah, they're hurting a lot. So now we got a 1 level lead still. And yeah, they should be able to get some real work done once they have level 20. If they can maintain that 1 level gap, that's a pretty solid window of opportunity. And by then, there will be another objective up for grabs. So this is a really good position for Oxygen Esports now. If RageQuit Gaming wants to bring this back, they need to take a team fight. If they can, for example, battle over the camp at the bottom of the map, it would be kind of neat for them. Sergeant Hammer still sitting topside, so not really the mobility that they can use. Bit of a trap, by the way. Full Admiral Akbar moment here from the blue team. And they are, of course, baiting a little bit with Hazu. They were just like, hey, there's a hammer topside. If you want it, let's go. But apparently, Team RageQuit has decided that they want to play this a little bit differently and just go on the offensive. So now they are attacking with a double camp through the bottom of the map. They timed the siege shines with the mercenary camp, with the night camp, and now they're trying to take the wall down. But Hazu's already there. And yeah, Hammer is Hammer. Pushing into Hammer is always, connected with a lot of ouch. And that's Hanzo, that's the first one that experiences this firsthand. Yeah, that's the first kill, and I'm pretty sure it won't be the last. Limu goes down as they cut off his path of retreat. Another Stormbolt. Sonya has to leap away, but they're still chasing Shizakid. And I think we're looking at another kill here. And he doesn't have the souls anymore. Nope, this time he would be down for the full duration, trying to escape, bullying them around a little bit, and actually surviving for a very, very long time here still. But eventually he's going to fall, and that's the case now. Level 20 talents are now ready. On level 20, we're now getting the power spike for Hogger. We got the Ultra Capacitors as usual, the Bio Explosion switch, and Transgression. And there's nobody to stop that train. That Dragonite is going to be taken. So Team RageQuit, they thought that they had a chance to they were trying to open up a chance for themselves to claw their way back here, and with the double camp, there's worse ways to deal with that. So, here we go. Another push through the bottom of the map now. And yep, there we got the wall destroyed. The keep will be destroyed for sure. The only question is if they can get kills with it, because if they are able to lock another 2 or 3 kills in, of course that would immediately open up an opportunity to end the game and lock in the lead in this best of 2 series. But for the time being at least, it's just like Hammer sitting in the back, weaving in those auto attacks one at a time. There's the connect with the arrow, but it's not enough. Yeah, they didn't coordinate that well enough, so all of a sudden they used one of their most important ults and they got nothing out of it. Maybe a bit of an adrenaline push, but that was it. And now with level 20, the question is simply, will the blue team try and be aggressive? Benny misses the Stormbolt, so that's a bit of a problem. He's still low, pops Avatar 2, another Stormbolt connects this time. But there is the Lightning Breath, and they are starting to move away from it. Power Spike comes out, and they are losing Nick. Nick is down again, 4 deaths on him. Transgression against Diablo, but the hammer didn't get dropped. Hammer didn't get dropped, and instead they go for Limu, and Greymane doesn't make it. Greymane is down. Lord of Terror is being used by Diablo. Now that the red team also has their ults, they're taking Hogger apart. But they're maybe not even done here. There's still, every lane is pushing now against the red team. Catapults are slowly starting to take structures down, and someone has to head back to deal with this. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried. Nice dodge on the arrow. That one didn't do anything, but that's a top keep that is now taking damage. Now, luckily for them, it's only a single catapult, but they're still taking a lot of damage there. And nobody's moving back yet. Sonya's back in 10 seconds, but that keep is taking... I mean, this could fall. I don't think it will, but it will be incredibly low and can be picked up later pretty easily. Hammer is still alive. Nice save by Yazu. No game, no life. Nearly got the kill there. But yeah, this isn't looking great. That is way too much damage. Now, Shire is going to prevent it from being taken down. But this is easy pickings. No problem getting a kill, destroying that one. So yeah, either way. I mean, for now, we got still the Siege Giant camp taken, so they're trying to somehow get pressure on lanes to give them also a moment of relief. It's at least 20 versus 20, so you're fighting with even talents. But the bigger problem is that with all the pressure against Team RageQuit, they're going to have a hard time defending the objective. Very hard time. Now, yeah. They at least have, of course, still... I mean, they got Brightwing. That helps them a little bit. And the Siege Giant camp at the bottom of the map is stopping the push on the lane. So their core is not going to be in damage anytime, in danger anytime soon. Catapults at the 17-18 minute marker, of course, starting to really pack a punch. So you got to be careful that you keep them away for as long as possible. But with that, we now got the next transgression, and Brightwing barely saves Sonya. Arrow, by the way, is not going anywhere, and the same might be true for Muradin, but he actually has another jump available and is getting out of the fight. Went also rewind on level 20, so that definitely helps in a situation like this. But it's time for the red team to just rotate around here, and that's what they're trying to do. Keep at least control of one shrine. Now we got the Tooth and Claw and the Alpha Killer over here. A camp that they can take too. Yeah, and Sergeant Hammer wants the top keep. Diablo might even try to defend this. I mean, Diablo is the only one that is moving in for it. These guys are still protecting the middle. And, well, that's going to be a bit more damage, but it's still not going to fall here. Hanzo is also back, by the way. So, yeah, a little bit more damage, couple hundred hit points gone. But they're defending it again. And the same has to happen at the bottom of the map now, of course, too, with the camp being here. Because, again, you lost half the walls, so you don't want to lose your keep. So it's just a ring around the rosy play, where the teams are going from one shrine to another here in Shire, trying to make sure that the opponent doesn't get the Dragonite. Because the next Dragonite, if it's claimed by the blue team, then game's over. The chances of you defending against that are slim to none. You would pretty much have to kill multiple heroes before they get the Dragonite if you want to defend against this. So, yeah. But okay, we got still a bit of a trap. They're jumping in very aggressively here. Trying to reclaim the position. Mid lane catapult, keep that in mind. Oh, nice! Doesn't get much better than that, but Diablo survives. Good reaction. And they can maybe get the barbecue here. They're trying to go for Tipples, and he dies. But they're all low. They're all low, and they're all in the choke point. They got to go back into the mid lane and hit that fountain. That's, of course, a huge advantage that they have, that they still have fountains available everywhere. Diablo is now back. He had the souls. But keep in mind what I just said a second ago about catapults. Here in the middle of the map, this is going to become a problem. Then again, it might all be over now if they lose a few more heroes. And Sonya's the first one to bite the dust. 19 kills to 10. And they're immediately starting to be more aggressive. Trying to go also for no game, no life. Now, that didn't really do anything. Benny's a bit low. But they have the chance to go for the objective now. That's the big opportunity. And boys, ooh, that is tricky. That is going to force the team back. And they are already on the move. They have to take this one down. They cannot allow those catapults to make it to the core. But it's gonna be another channel. Diablo has taken position, so he's in a good spot here. But they are forced back into the fight. Like, Greyman is trying to go for the Siege Giants. Keep those catapults at the bot lane in mind. That's 4 catapults that are moving in. And instead, they could now push, for example, the middle. I mean, whatever happens, you gotta take those catapults down, and that's what they're doing. So they stop them just in time. Core gets scratched a little bit. But Karazim is using that time frame to go for the shrine, and Muradin is already sitting in the middle. Preventing this from happening is nearly impossible now. Yeah, they have no chance. Absolutely no chance. Those catapults forced them to defend the core. They couldn't do anything else, and they could not leave individual heroes on the map for fear of losing them and then losing the game. So they got a bit out-rotated here. And that's a 21-minute Dragonite. Come up at the top lane. This is eventually going to mean the end of the keep because of the catapult and the next minion wave that comes in. Unless a hero rotates over. And here it's already Dragon's Breath plus Hazops with Sergeant Hammer. They are going to die a slow and painful death here. That's definitely what's happening. Top keep, as you can see, is about to fall. No saving this one. That's not happening, which means the keep in the middle of the map is the only one that still stands here. Sergeant Hammer is at 102,000 damage at this point. 102,000. 6-digit club. And this is a disaster for Team RageQuit. Blue team is already slowly moving back here. I mean, again, they're going away from this. They know that the catapults alone are eventually going to win them the game as long as they're not getting killed. That's, of course, always the danger. You're going to a really bad fight. You lose the battle. Your opponent moves cross-map, moves through the keep, and goes for the core. And that is definitely possible if you're playing with Greymane. And then Sonya and all the others here. But Greymane just chunks structures down this late in the game. So, yeah, now they just have to play for time. They can play this safe and sound. They don't have to fight. They still have catapults. Forts, which results in catapults in every single lane and no counter pressure from the red team. So this is more or less checkmate. At this point, it's nearly impossible to come back. Team RageQuit, they need a fight. They need a fight and they need a good one. And it's the only way for them to come back into this game. And anything else, camps taken by the blue team, just them playing for time, is going to increase the pressure. Look where Renella is. He's staying so far back because he doesn't know if there's heroes hiding, for example, here. If Muradin jumps over when he makes his way back out, then a kill on Brightwing could be the end of the game. So they got to deal with all of this. And, well, Team Oxygen, they got all the time in the world. They can wait for the next objective to be announced. They just got to wait for the next Dragon Knight. That's all that they got to do. Take as many camps as you can, defend your structures, and then, once the objective is up, go for the next Dragon Knight. 30 seconds left, and what are you going to do if your team RageQuit? You can't let it happen, but you can also not roam the map the entire time, because the catapults will eventually arrive at your core, especially when the blue team uses a few of the heroes to burn these minion waves down. So they're always having these little traps here. Stormbolt from Muradin, Stukov follow up with a Lurking Arm, and 7-sided Strike, now Transgression from Yasu. So that's just too much for them to handle. And yeah, this is going to be incredibly rough now. I'm actually curious to see how they're going to try and play this one out. They got at least the bot lane pushing a bit, but that's the only thing that they have. And Brightwing is already dealing with catapults now that we're at the 24-minute mark. This is Winion territory. Yeah, look at this. They already have to Hearth back here the entire time. Yeah, this is a nightmare. They're completely pinned down in their base. Absolutely pinned down now. And they still have to rotate a few heroes towards the top to take the shrine again. Hogga is already in the middle. So they're already threatening this. And Yasu is not going to channel this in time. But you can see how this is just continuing to apply pressure. And eventually, they are going to eat damage. I mean, as the game... like, blue team can play this game forever. And then eventually you're going to end up with the core being one-shotted by a catapult. Red team needs a fight and they need to win it big time. It's not impossible to come back here, but it's not easy. And now they have to defend the middle. Both shrines under control of the blue team. They have to be in the middle. They have to defend this, and this means that they have to abandon both of the auxiliary lanes. Top lane, bot lane, both cannot be defended right now. Brightwing could move over for a bit, but once that they see Brightwing on the lane, they immediately would attack. And so once you have those catapults on the core, that's all that you gotta do. And pushing into Sergeant Hammer is always... I mean, it's never fun. It's always annoying. So, yeah, up at the top, double catapult already, 25, 26 minutes in, and the red team, they're on a timer. They gotta do something. They can't allow these catapults onto the core. Eventually, their core is gonna fall, so you gotta make a move, and they're trying it here, but Shizakid gets nearly immediately blown up, goes down, and that's game. They had to do it. It was not the great engage, but it's the only thing that they could do. They had no other option. And now the Dragon Knight is taken. Total checkmate scenario here. Oxygen Esports with incredibly smart play. And it makes Team RageQuit look a little bit dumb, but as I said, there's nothing else that they can do. You can see how much damage these catapults do alone. They could not allow them to be on the core. So they had to go for the fight. It was the only thing they had. It was a nice move from Team Oxygen to spread out. They knew that Hanzo's arrow could be a problem, and here is the solid 1-0 lead for the blue team in this best of 2 series at the Masters Clash. GG.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Game number 2, Tomb of the Spider Queen is the map, and the choice was made by Team RageQuit. They are braver than I am. I would not pick Tomb against the Hardos, aka Oxygen Esports. That's something that I would definitely not do. So right now we got the first pick and first ban for Team Oxygen, and they're banning out Limu's Tracer. Be curious to see what the bans are going to be from Team RageQuit. I mean, Tomb isn't normally the map, you know, where like, oh, Hammer has to be banned here. That's a couple of others where you normally see her emerge. One of them being also, of course, I mean, Towers, we've seen it a few times. Seen her also on Battlefield, Infernal Shrines. But right now, they are still addressing like jungle. All of this placement, the interrupt against channels gets banned first. So, yeah. There we go. They're my F ban again. Yeah, they're targeting Limu with pretty much all of their bans now. This is another one of those maps where we could also see Nick again with Carrigan, but keep in mind that last game they actually played the double support here, and it worked for them at the end of the day. Very well coordinated at the end. Like, literally putting Team RageQuit into a position where there were no good choices anymore. Whatever was happening there, it was bad for them. They had to go into a bad engage. They knew it, but they had no other choice. There was literally no other choice. It's like either try and engage, hope that it works out, that you get a few kills and can salvage the game, or just accept that you lost. So, yeah. Okay, Blaze gets picked on the side lane. That's the first thing that they walk away with here. And Leo and Sylvanas. Oh, Shire suffer. Okay, so already they got some wave clear. They got Sylvanas that can enhance any push with the Web Weavers. I'm kind of waiting for a bit of a sneaky pick again. Especially on Nick's side, of course. So, yeah. But okay, let's have a look here. What's the blue team now going for? Anduin. Are we going to see? Okay, that's annoying for Leo already. Every time you have Leoric and you're trying to play with the Entomb and then Anduin is on the other side, it's just like, ugh. Especially, of course, when level 16 kicks in and he has a double pull. Still crazy to me that this is a level 16 talent. I honestly felt that when that talent was on 20, it was in a good spot. I really feel that is a very strong level 20 talent. So, yeah, having that on 16 is just nuts. But yeah, anyways, so now we got Carrigan banned. So Nick is not going to get his melee assassin here either. And we got also the ban against Johanna. No, not a ton of wave clear on the tank, therefore. So there's that. Yeah, and with that, it could be hammer time again. Hammer time for Muradin for sure. So we got the Stormbolt engaged. Sylvanas could potentially come in with a follow-up on the Wailing Arrow here with the last double pick. Question that still remains is they are going for it again. Would actually be kind of funny if they picked Sergeant Hammer now, because it would give them 3 StarCraft heroes. Can we actually go for a full StarCraft team right now? Do we have a StarCraft tank? Outside of Hammer, obviously. I don't think we do, right? So you could play Blaze main tank. Stukov. But they go Nubara Genji. Alright. Stun into stun. Yeah, we're getting close at least. Could play Jimmy. I mean, it wouldn't really be a meta comp, but it would be something. Either way, now that they sprinkle in a bit of Overwatch, we have the final pick for Limu, and he, of course, has to carry the hopes and dreams of his team on his shoulders. Trying to get that damage out. Get the damage machine into play. Yeah, there's Jimmy. They actually take him. They take Jimmy. Okay, that's going to be interesting. Jimmy against a Nubara Genji. Whew. Yeah, alright. Let's see if he can pull that one off, but that's not going to be easy. Already, Oxygen Esports is in the lead. Let's see if they get the 2-0 victory, or if Team RageQuit can at least get 1 point for the scoreboard here. Map number 2, Oxygen Esports in the lead now in this best of 2. Yeah, they want to get the 3 points for the scoreboard, for the leaderboard. We have Bad Benny on a Nuburak on the left side. Hazu is playing Tychus. We got Nick on Genji, Kopen on Blaze, and Yazu on Anduin. Over on the right side of the map, it's Shizakid on Muradin for Team RageQuit. We got Shire on Leoric, Renella on Rega, Limu on Jimmy. That's going to be the interesting one, honestly. That's going to be the one where I'm curious how he's going to fare here. Because Jimmy has no game, no life on Sylvanas, by the way. Jimmy has always the same problem. He just doesn't have a lot of escape tools. There's a bit of self-sustain, of course, but it's a bit tricky for him to get out of the fights. We now got the ace in the hole here. Makes sense. You have a lot of slows. You have Muradin with the Stormbolt, obviously. You have Leo. You have the Totem on Rega. So they could get value out of this. But this is what I was afraid of for them. Yep. Instantly Jimmy gets blown up. This is exactly the problem right there. You're up against multiple dive heroes and you don't have an escape tool. At least not a real good one. So this is exactly the issue. If he has the positioning and can keep them at bay, then maybe, but that's already a second kill as Nick moved in deep to take Leo down. So now we're looking at 2 kills to 0. And with the Nubarak, you can also spawn a couple of beetles and just start pushing for structures, which is exactly what they're doing here. That's a fantastic start for the blue team. Now these early game kills don't do as much as you'd think. It's not giving you an insane amount of experience lead. But it gives you a lead nonetheless. So for now, question is just, can they continue that? It's always a bit of a problem, right? If you are heading into one of those games and you're instantly losing 2 heroes, that already takes a bit of your motivation away. But yeah, we all know those guys. 2 early game kills and immediately GG, game's over. So yeah. It's easy to get caught up in that feeling, and that's something that Team RageQuit has now to shake off. But yeah, we got down to the bot lane, the fight for the Siege Giant camp. The early 2 kills, a little bit of a shot across the bow, of course. But now maybe another bigger team fight emerging, since it seems that the red team doesn't want to give this one up. They for now at least let it leash, but they're still all 4 at the bottom of the map and might make the play for it. Up towards the top though, Limo gets attacked again. Yeah, picking that into Nubarak, I mean, it's a pretty ballsy move, but so far it hasn't really worked out for them. And that's kill number 3. So now they have an extra talent over their opponent, which gives us the bigger they are. We have also a much more engage-heavy comp by Bad Benny, as he now went on level 4, straight up into the Underking. Very likely gonna add the Subterranean Shield on level 7. And they have also the gem advantage. I mean, again, a few gems were already lost. Nice attempt by Shizaki to get away. Yen is able to make it. Nick was close though. Close to getting them another kill. So there's a lot of momentum already in the hands of Oxygen Esports, as they're clearly eager to, from the beginning of this game, to absolutely dominate here and not even give Team RageQuit an opportunity to get back into the game. So gems are being just collected everywhere. They have the turn-in potential. Limo decided that he's going to put his PhD in PvE to good use, because the PvE plays haven't really worked out for him at the top. But Sylvanas doesn't fare any better, so she's dead too, as they're going for the Siege Giants. And apparently Team RageQuit just decided that instead of dealing with the opponent's heroes, they would just try and take a couple of mercenary camps down, because they are not that hard to kill. So yeah, 4 kills to 0. They got the camp, but they're losing more and more ground here. You can actually admit that for a team that calls themselves Team RageQuit, there's very little rage quitting going on. And that's another kill on Jimmy. Yeah, absolutely zoned out. He couldn't go anywhere. He knew that the Impale would come. They are just going to farm him. I can totally see Jimmy at some point making a bit of a comeback on maybe Battlefield of Eternity, but they are getting just murdered. Renella is down, that's 12 gems. Shizakid is collecting them as he can, but we're talking about 6 kills to 0. A 1 level lead, a turn-in potential now with a talent lead. Yeah, it's just nasty. And they're trying to go for Muradin, and well, scratch the trying. They actually choke him down. Yeah, Shire gets a few gems, is able to get away, but of course they're losing with every single kill. More play towards the objective. They're getting absolutely murdered here. At least here in the early game, Oxygen Esports goes through Team RageQuit like hot butter through cheese. They're showing them absolutely no mercy and are melting them away whenever they're getting close. Now we have the objective. Web Weavers are going to come down, and it's at least 7 versus 7 talents. But obviously, if the last 4 or 5 minutes were any indication, then this is going to be a bit of a pain train that is now going to hit them. Shire is already fully... I mean, he is nearly even dying here. But Nick, is he? No, he's not even dying. Nick is fine. He was maybe a bit too aggressive, but he pushed both of them down below 50% HP. So now we're all of a sudden having a situation on our hands where they can't even defend the bottom fort. I mean, they're way too low. And level 10 is close, so instead they're trying to go for a Bad Benny here. But that isn't working out either, so 7 kills to 0. Fort at the top lane is already taken down. At the bottom of the map, another one has fallen too. That's 2 forts eliminated just with the first objective. Just with the first one. Yeah, and well, here we are. Level 10 abilities are ready. And that gives us the Dragon Blade, we got the Bunker, we got Odin in play. I mean, no surprises. It was always a bit of a given of what they would pick here on level 10. The only exception probably being Genji, who could have gone into Extract, of course, if you really wanted to. But, yep. Now, we are heading for a Bruiser Camp play on the side of Team RageQuit, but let's look at the situation here. First of all, there's a turn and close for Oxygen Esports again. Second of all, they got level 10. It's an entire level until Team RageQuit has it, and yeah. We're gonna see the Wet Weavers in again. Alright. Currently, Shiseki, I don't know if he really thinks he can make an engage here. The over-the-wall Stormbolt. How does that, by the way, happen? How can you dive through a wall or just throw Stormbolt through a wall? The dive, I get, that's clearly magic. But the Stormbolt, also, magically, somehow Rhaegar survived. Yeah, but they are not keeping that fort. Okay, so that fort is already gone. 7 kills to 0 still. And, well, here is the turn-in, baby. 3 forts eliminated. 7 minutes into the game. That's just... yeah, and of course, they're going for the boss too. At this point, you really don't even know what you want to attack first. We saw that. Yeah, they don't even know what to take first. I mean, what else is up on the map? And the red team, are they going to attack here now with level 10? I highly doubt it. But there's no ults available. Can they go for Nubarak? They might be able to finally get a kill here. Benny gets away, at least for now. Boss is taken. Web Weavers are moving in. And there's the play. Yeah, if they can win this fight now too, then keeps are falling. Yeah, 41 gems on Leo. No, not like this. That's 41 gems gone. And they cocoon Muradin and just tell him, nope, not happening. Shizakid gets away. No, he doesn't get away. He's getting killed by Genji if that continues. No, Genji has to move out. But still, that's 41 gems that he just lost. And the Web Weavers are still pushing. Top Keep doesn't stand a chance. Jesus, they are getting completely crushed. Somebody sent them a care package. These guys are going to need a lot of aloe vera after those burns. Holy hell. Yeah, they're going to have to take a long shower after this game because they're getting shit on. 8 kills to 0, level 13. This is insane. Kill after kill after kill. And Oxygen Esports, the Hardos, they're coming in with pretty much a perfect game here. Web Weavers at the bot lane, the core is being attacked. We're not even at the 9-minute mark and this is already looking like GG. Bot lane, yep, that's going to be a keep that takes damage. Up here, they're losing Muradin now. And yes, the core is falling, they're going for it. They have level 13 talents, the core is taking damage. I don't think they can destroy it. But, I mean, they're destroying everything else. The keep in the middle is taking damage. The keep at the bot lane is probably going to fall now. Can they hold this? Nah. 10 kills to 0, and we at this point, Team RageQuit is just really trying to make it to the 10-minute mark. That's the goal here. Guys, let's make it to 10 minutes, and then we'll see. They got 50 gems. They got a turn-in. But what a dominant performance by Oxygen Esports. What a clean game from them. From the get-go, they were on the hunt. They took heroes down time and time again, and then played around the advantage, targeted heroes with gems, took them down, got their Web Weavers, took 2 forts down with a forced approach. And, well, here we are. We got the push in the mid lane. Level 13 talents are not even in reach yet for Team RageQuit. It's in another half level that they need. Sylvanas stunned. Light Bomb engaged with Genji. They go for the combo. Light Bomb and play. Self-Ancestral on Rhaegar. And Nick, a lot of damage, has to move out. No Stormbolt available though for Muradin. And Limu is literally on the run, trying to rush away there. The Renegade, Tychus, he proves that he is the superior StarCraft character. Throws a grenade straight into Jimmy's face, and that's the end of him. They got the dozen kills, and they are nearly on level 16. And thanks to the Siege Giants and Odin being popped here, I think this is going to be the end of it. They're going for Muradin. That dwarf is dead too. More gems being lost. And this is the end of game number 2. A clean victory for Oxygen's Esports. They take the series with a 2-0 over Team RageQuit. GG. Perfect game. Not a single death. And they ended before the 11-minute mark. Well played. Congratulations.